Hi guys, today we're going to react to Metal Kingdom by Babymetal. This is a Buy Me a Coffee request from Denis. Thank you, Denis, for yet another Babymetal request. Forgive us for calling you Denis.
Yep, Denis, who spells their name Denis, and we previously decided to go with Denis, and we had a 50-50 chance and botched it. So yeah, thank you, Denis. We appreciate the request, and we appreciate the constant support as well. Thank you very much. There's a couple of people in that audience.
Yeah, it's a live performance. When it started, the first thing that came to my mind was if Aquaman was in the audience, he would go, "Hey, that's my pitchfork." And also the Game of Thrones. I'm guessing the girls went, so where we're gonna sit when we perform? We need something to sit on. This has far more epicness to it than the previous songs we reacted to. And I couldn't help but think that Babymetal doesn't have fans. They have an army. If I had to describe them with a superpower, then that's their superpower. To perform this well in front of such a vast audience, they're still young. I mean, it's still mesmerizing to see it. Even if you don't listen to the music itself and you just see it with the sound muted, it's a very impressive thing to look at. I love the sound. It first gets you in an exhilarating mood. The song has probably a darker tone, but a lot of uplifting elements in it. I love the way the girls perform. In comparison to what we've reacted to so far, it looks like a slower burn. They don't move as much so far. I think it's because they're letting the audience, they're letting us get immersed in that particular sound.
Yeah, the first thing that popped to my mind was, holy shit, what an entrance. I mean, even though they didn't enter, they were already there. But yeah, the Game of Thrones, I thought that was fantastic. But it wasn't just that. It was also when the cameras hit them, the look on their faces, the expression and everything. I thought, wow, they are such good performers, even when they're not dancing or doing something. They really have this charisma, and something just looks so professional about the way they are on stage. They are in total control. They know exactly what they're doing. Everything is choreographed specifically to the letter. They know what they want to do and how they want to do it, and they are so good at it. We, in the past, have expressed how amazing that is to see three very, very young girls do that, but this song is from last year. It's 2023. You can see that they look older, they're young women, they have evolved even more as performers. Now they look kind of almost regal. They look like they have control over everything. They know what they're doing. It's like, we're professionals. This is what we do. And, we're damn good at it. And I've commented in the past about Sue Metal's voice as to how good it sounds and what kind of control she has. In this one, I got goosebumps, like strong goosebumps from her voice. And again, it's the control she has. And she has improved, even though she was fantastic, even as a young girl. Now she really knows what she's doing. It's just so evident, and I'm loving it. I'm just loving listening to her. I love watching them. They take the whole show idea to another level. Obviously, it's really important to them to have this sort of stage production and stage presence. It's all very invested. Such an amazing show to such a huge crowd.
Now I can safely say it, but what happens when I look at Babymetal, the girls themselves, I'm reminded of what we said about Haruna, Love Bites' drummer, that by looking at her, you would never guess that she's a world-class drummer. So by looking at these girls, you wouldn't rush to imagine that they can easily stand in front of 10,000 people without flinching. That's no mean feat, especially considering the age that they were in when they first stood in front of an audience. Very impressive. Beautiful. I didn't expect that. The entire song feels like an exposition or a song to maybe slow the pace, something that they would put at either the beginning of a concert or in the middle to slow the pace to give the audience something slower in a mellower frequency yet highly uplifting. I would place this song in an uplifting sequence in a movie because it immediately makes you feel better, and it works wonderful with the epic element that they have there, that magnificent Illuminati ritual that they do there. I don't know. That's what it looks like. I enjoyed watching how the audience is so in tune to their sound, to their every movement. Each song is like a project. It's like a film project because it has its own signature and it has its own choreography. I wonder what other types of songs they have that are like that. I'm digging the epic vibe that they bring.
I think you're onto something because this song, by the time we got to the end, it felt like some kind of an exposition, or at least that sort of element to it. And it got me thinking, I think this is the first song from the last album. So if that's the case, it might actually be that. It might be exposition to a concept album. That would make sense. It's also called Metal Kingdom. So you would think that this song is kind of an introduction to that reality, to that universe, to whatever it is that they're portraying in this album. It looks amazing. I was wondering, like, they didn't do as much of the choreography, the movement, the dancing,
No, they
as they
didn't.
do in the
Yeah,
past.
it surprised me.
And for a song called Metal Kingdom, it wasn't as heavy as some of the songs that I've had in the past.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I could see why. And potentially, it's my favorite so far from them. I really love this. And it's probably because of Sue Metal's voice and her singing. Something about it is just so mesmerizing, haunting. There's just, I don't know, she sound like the voice, it sounds beautiful. And she there's a piercing quality to it when she goes like especially into like slightly higher note. She really kind of rams it through, and it just gets to me. I think that's what got the goosebumps going, and it kept happening when she got to those parts. There's something definitely that sounded more mature about this one, also in the presentation, because it's like it's less, sort of fun and whatever. It's more about putting on a show and communicating a certain message,
Yeah.
which is kind of what the lyrics probably about here. Without knowing the actual concept of this album and what it's all about,
Yeah.
we can only comment as to what it says to us, where it takes us, which is really as far as our imaginations go, and not so much knowing more about this. But it's definitely some kind of anthem that is like rallying the troops.
From the first song we reacted to, I was a fan because I loved what they're doing. I think we don't have the mindset of metal purists, and no metal purists don't approve of their particular type of sound. And I can understand why people say what they say, but we don't have to care. So that's fine. About Sue Metal, she has a certain almost metallic texture in her voice. If I have an imagery that I can put on it, it'll be of a sword slicing through something, because her voice is very dominant inside all that epicness. Her voice is really, like we like to say about certain bands, it's distinguishable now. I would recognize Babymetal just by Sue Metal's voice, even if it's a quieter song.
A similar quality to how I described Ozzy Osbourne's
Yeah,
voice in
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah,
past. It's
exactly,
definitely
exactly.
that metallic,
Yeah.
piercing sound, which I love.
Yeah. Regarding the meaning of the lyrics, I have a general take on it. By the way, they, like you said, they're gathering the troops. And I said at the beginning, they don't have fans, they have an army, because it looked like rulers talking to their people, telling them that they're about to go to war. It had, in my mind at least, almost a religious aspect to it. Like they're there at some sort of altar, praising the metal gods and celebrating their metal kingdom, that's what it felt like. It felt like setting the tone for their particular type of a vibe of sound of whatever it is they bring, whatever Babymetal means to their fans.
The lyrics must mean more than we can decipher because, again, we're not aware of the concept. It definitely feels like it's talking about change and connection. This first verse ends with "We aim for tomorrow," so obviously they're initiating some kind of change to do with this army, this metal kingdom that needs to achieve a certain goal to do what they set out to do. It's funny when you said something about religious, because in that chorus, the pre-chorus, it says, raise your hands to the Lord, raise your voice to the world, raise your flag, come together. There is some religious aspect to it, as far as all these people under God that need to be heard and need to join together to, I guess, achieve a certain goal. We're not sure what that goal is, journey to the farthest, dreams that may never end. Wake up, kingdom, make it your own, freedom. Light the signal fire, proceed without hesitation, believe in your friends. So it's also about community and about connection. I think it's almost similar in some way to how I've described the warning before, that they set out for some kind of world domination. And as the song was going, I was thinking the same way that I do think about the warning, that Babymetal can do that, because with Sue Metal fronting the band, there's just something about her, and she is really the driving force behind the band. I think she would easily be able to sort of translate this to a wider market. They're probably already doing that, because as far as I know, they're touring all over the world. It's just a matter maybe more work in English, and they're probably already I've heard some, but I'm not sure about the details yet, that they are collaborating with sort of Western artists and all the rest of it. So I'm definitely looking forward to more. That was like really, like I said, potentially this is my favorite so far. Fantastic. And I prefer heavier, but I really like something about this.
Man,
It just kind of got to me. Yeah.
I really like discovering this direction that they take. I guess there are other songs in that fashion, but I love seeing it that they tend to dial the different energy levels that they have to bring you something more unique from their arsenal. And I can't wait to see what we'll see of them next.
Something that you mentioned before that I wanted to say, the way they control the audience, it's like really like they are puppet masters. And I think in this probably song, or whatever the message of the song is, it's probably even more something that they needed to show. So, seeing the audience just kind of follow every movement of theirs and all that, just kind of accentuated that. It just looks fantastic. They sound great. And yeah, until the next time we react to them, I'll be looking forward to that.
Yeah.
So thank you, Denis, for another awesome request, another Babymetal request, which I believe all of them have been so far from Denis. Yeah, we appreciate the support. We look forward to more. Fantastic.
Yeah, thank you, Denis. We enjoyed reacting to the song very much. More Babymetal would be much appreciated. Thank you very much. If you enjoyed this episode, guys, please be sure to like, subscribe, comment, and click the little bell icon so you'll get notified on all our future videos. If you have a request you'd like bumped up the line, please make it through Buy Me a Coffee. All contributions are, of course, very much appreciated. Thank you all for sticking with us. Thank you all for your time.
Thanks a lot, guys. Check out our Babymetal playlist, which should be on the screen around this time. Yeah, and we hope you enjoy it. And we'll be back in a couple of days with a new episode. We hope to see you all then. Thanks a lot, guys. See you soon.
Bye, guys.